Hello, thanks for joining us. It's another episode of the beer video where we take things very seriously and we never make fun of anybody and we're always in a good mood. Um,
Yes.
all the time. I need to point something out right from the start because it's driving me crazy. And maybe we'll do the shirt reveal right now. The fucking neck hole of my shirt is doing some weird things. I had hung this shirt up and there's hanger marks and anyway,
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
I was you were going for some off the shoulder thing.
no. I'm gonna have to rewash this and use a different hanger. I don't know. Anyways, don't look at my neck hole, everybody. I know that's usually the focus for everybody every week is looking at the neck hole of my shirt, but if we could not do that this week.
I get so many private messages. People can't get enough of that. Um,
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's terrible.
so what is your shirt, I guess?
Oh, all right. Well, I'm wearing a Regana shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Good.
they have a new record coming out in October on Flenser. And because I run a metal website, I get early access to things. So I've already heard it 100,000 times because it's so fucking good. So that's out in October. Regana, yes, they're great.
Cool.
Yeah,
I've got an Ashen Spire shirt on. I will stand up a little bit so you can see more of it. Maybe, I don't know, face the light a little more. Yeah.
yeah,
I got this at Roadburn where I saw them. They were terrific. Um,
yeah. What are they like live?
Pretty bonkers.
I would
And
imagine.
I thought it was really funny because I was wearing a mini skirt when I saw them, and two, maybe three of them, I can't remember, were wearing shorter skirts than me, and I was like, man, I've been out slutted. God damn it, Ash Inspire.
God damn it. Well, you just have to try harder next time.
Yeah, and they have a blonde, uh, attractive saxophone player in the tradition of the cinematic masterpiece Lost Boys.
Yes.
Um, they don't look like the Lost Boys sax player, but it's still, I feels like they're carrying on the spirit there. All right, who went first last week? I can't remember.
You went first last week.
Okay, so you.
So I think I mentioned this last week that because you had like the regular lager last week, or right? No, or was it a Pilsner? Was it a lager, American lager? Is that what?
Um, And actually, I got one from Falling Knife today that I had like one of way earlier in the day called Tom's with two M's, like hams. That was another one in that vein.
Yes. So
So,
so I don't have a lager, but I do have a beer made by a company you've definitely heard of, that everybody on this video has definitely heard of. And I saw the logo and I thought, looking at the can, I was like, oh, huh. Did they rebrand their cans? No, they didn't. They have made an Imperial Stout.
oh,
Who am I
okay.
talking about? That's right, Genesee. Genesee has an Imperial Stout, and it's 8% alcohol by volume. It's called the Brewer Series, Genesee Brewer Series. Is there any
Oh,
information on
uh,
the can about the Brewer Series? There's fucking not. So I don't know what the Brewer Series is. I assume that I don't know. I know like like 10 or so years ago that Sam Adams did a thing where they encouraged like home brewers to submit recipes and they would make like the ones they liked, and they did, and it was actually good. I really enjoyed when they did that because they made some really interesting. It was probably the last time Sam Adams made anything interesting. um but I don't know, maybe that's this, or maybe it's just Genesee trying to make an Imperial Stout. You want to see that can again, Helen?
uh, sure.
You're gonna see it whether you want to or not. Yeah, it looks like a little stained glass window type of thing with a little snifter with it looks like hot cocoa, to be honest with you, but it is an imperial fucking stout.
Well, enough chin wagging. I am so curious. You gotta try this thing.
Yes. So I'm drinking out of a just a Dogfish Head glass. There's their logo. And the reason I am is because next week when we do the beer video, I will be in Rehoboth Beach. So I will be on location next week. So I've got some ideas for the beer video for next week, but I'm not sure yet. It depends. But let's open this guy up and see what it does. I can already tell from pouring it, it's going to be thin as shit. So that's what it looks like. I mean, it looks like a stout, you know, it doesn't look on the surface. I'm not appalled. It poured really fast. So,
Yeah, 8% is on the lower ABV end for an imperial stout, I think.
yeah, and it smells not good.
Oh boy, well,
It smells like a Genesee. All right, here's to everybody's racist uncle. Here we go, a Genesee.
look, I've enjoyed a cream ale or two in my day. Uh,
Um, it sucks.
yeah, yeah. Oh wow, who could have anticipated that,
It
eh?
it's not it's not as thin as I thought it was going to be when I poured it. Because like I said, it fucking couldn't wait to get out of this can. Um, even the Genesee doesn't want to be with each other. Um, it definitely has an underlying bitterness that is pretty common for just your run of the mill imperial stout. Nothing fancy or anything about it. This is definitely not a fancy imperial stout, let me tell you. Let me try another sip. Oh, excuse me. That can't be good. I cannot stress enough how this beer does not smell good. And I generally really enjoy the smell of imperial stouts, but usually the imperial stouts I drink are not made by Genesee.
Okay, so there's a anecdote I heard, and I don't know if this is correct, but I heard possibly a tall tale that Worcestershire sauce was originally invented because there was a cook who worked for a lord in England, and that lord had previously had some colonial possession in India. And he was trying to get, and he just moved back to England, and he was trying to get his cook to recreate curry. And but this
Sure.
man has never cooked in his life, and he doesn't know what spices are because like the servants made all the food in India. So he's just like, I don't know. It's kind of spicy, I guess, like savory. Um, do your best. And like the guy tried to make curry, and the Lord tried and was like, well, that's not it. And dude just shoved his like failed curry in the back of a cabinet for 6 months and forgot about it. And then took it out and was like, huh, well, it's not curry, I guess, but this is pretty decent. That's Worcestershire sauce. Anyway, I have a point, which was that a lot of these like kind of big macro breweries or like breweries known for mostly kind of low end stuff, when they try to do craft beer, it kind of reminds me of that. Like someone has described to them what an imperial stout is,
Mm-hmm.
and they're winging it as best they can,
Yep.
but like it's just off.
It's off. It tastes the aftertaste is garbage. And you're saying like, oh, you mean it tastes bad? No, I mean actual garbage. You know the
Yeah,
scent you get from garbage
yeah.
converts into a taste. That's
A
what
bad stout can have like a real dirt flavor aftertaste, like
I
not good.
I really wanted to like this. I was really hoping that I was gonna crack this thing open, have a sip, and be like, you know what? Genesee did it. I didn't expect it was gonna be like the next great stout, but I thought like if it's drinkable and unoffensive, hey, that's a win, you know? I didn't expect greatness. I got none of that. This is
Not to the
trash.
name of whatever, but in terms of macro breweries trying a different thing, I drank a lot of the Yangling Black and Tans when I was in college,
Oh yeah.
and like that as far as like a piss beer manufacturer trying to branch out into something else, I'd say those are pretty decent.
Okay, yeah.
I do think it's funny that there is a drink called Black and Tan in America. Um when I was recently doing some learning about the history of the Troubles in Ireland. And that's a real fucking offensive name, actually.
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah, I guess it's like if you went to Ireland, or if an Irish person came here and was like, "Yeah, make me a Klansman bartender."
Yeah. You're gonna
Anyway,
I
um,
look, I also have to say, not as bad as the pickle beer. The pickle beer is still the worst thing I've drank on this whole thing. This is definitely number two. Ugh.
I got pickle beer because, well, I think I told you I one of my jujitsu coaches actually had it as well, and he said he really liked it, but I don't know. He's Hawaiian. He eats a lot of weird food, so
Yeah.
no accounting for taste.
No.
Um,
Speaking of which,
okay, I guess I gotta drink my beer or whatever.
yeah. Let's try to save this one, Helen.
You had some input into this because
Yeah.
I was what to pick. They had a raspberry cheesecake sour, but I'm a little burned out on sours, honestly.
Yeah.
Uh, this is from Arbiter. I've had some stuff from them before. They do the nice little stripey can
Yeah, I
here.
like
This is,
that.
green and yellow theme. Um, no, they do mostly German style beers. Their flagship IPA is a Bavarian, they call it, and it kind of is a mix of American and German styles. They
Yeah.
were actually, so I had to go with a backup. And this is the one I thought to get in like 3 seconds when the guy was like, "I'm so sorry, we don't have the West Coast. What would you like?" And I was like, "I don't want to waste your time. Fuck point." Anyway, so this is just called 8. It is a cold IPA. Okay.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I
I've
was just
seen
glad
those.
that because I don't know, and I forgot to Google before this video, nothing but the finest research here.
Speaking
Anyway,
of which, while you do that, I'm looking up Genesee Brewer series because I also didn't do any research.
what else do they have? I'm spilling this beer. Oh no. Well,
Oh my God, I'm actually now reading the description of this goddamn thing I just drank, and boy, Genesee Imperial Stouts brewed with chocolate, black? Oh, chocolate, black, caramel, and pale malts. I should have read the whole sentence. Along with
okay.
cacao nibs, giving the beer a slightly bittersweet flavor with a decadent chocolate aroma. No, tastes like garbage.
Yeah, the chocolate aroma. That's what they said about that dog shit Iron Maiden stout too.
Oh, yeah, I don't know
Okay.
what this means. Go ahead. Sorry, bullshit.
I've got a medium gold color in my lovely IKEA glass. Moderate head, very fine and lacy. Smells nice. See how it tastes.
It looks really nice. All right. I just read what a cold. Do you want to know what a cold IPA is before you tell us what you
Yeah,
think?
audience.
So basically, it's an IPA that's brewed with lager yeast at colder temperatures. So hence cold IPA.
Hmm.
Is it cold?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I did have a fridge before I took it.
Yeah.
Hmm. It's good for the record. I'm just trying to think of a decent way to describe this. You know how you have some IPAs that are more bitter and some are more fruity?
Yeah.
It leans more towards the bitter side. It is a bit much. Uh
A
maybe
bit
this,
much bitterness, a bit much, you mean?
yeah.
All right.
It's not bad, it's just very intense.
Gotcha.
Hmm. I don't know. Yeah, I think the lager yeast kind of lended a little smoothness though, which kind
Oh,
of complements the bitterness as well.
yeah.
It's weird because most of what I'm tasting is bitterness, but it smells really fruity. Mm. This is a good beer. I like this. I don't know if I would drink more than one because it's kind of a lot, but yeah, it is nicely balanced. It's bitter enough to like kind of have an assertive flavor without being gross. Um, and yeah, yeah, this is a nice beer. Another good one from our Arbiter. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
My own regret actually, and this is only because I've had it a bunch before, is I didn't bring their dark ale. I think I hope I don't irritate the bartenders when I order that because it's called Schwarzwald and they say Schwarzwald and I say it way too German because um I don't know. I gotta be like that, I guess.
I think as long as they know what you're asking for, you
Oh
should,
yeah.
you know.
No, it's clear. I just feel like a pretentious douche.
Well,
um,
we do a beer video. We are, that's what we are.
yeah.
We do a beer video. I don't think it's pretentious. I don't know. I don't think maybe it is. Is it? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, you did just have to Google the definition of the beer I was drinking while I was drinking it.
I
Because
think I think the gimmick of the show is we should not ever do any research. We should do all of our research on the show while we're doing the video. That's when we learn. We don't do anything in advance because that
I mean,
way we're not prepared.
yes. I mean, why be prepared? Takes the fun out of it, in my opinion.
Yeah. I tried last night. Well, I knew this was going to be the beer. I because I bought it last week, so I knew this was going to be the beer video beer. Um, and I think I promised last week I was going to drink trash. And I did.
Yeah.
But last night, we were driving out to a place called Liberty Beers, which is on Liberty Avenue in the Bloomfield section of Pittsburgh. But uh, this week is the annual Italy days in Bloomfield was traditionally like a lot of Italian people immigrated to the Bloomfield section. That's like the Italian section of Pittsburgh is Bloomfield. So they have an Italian festival every year. It's more and more corporate and racist as as time goes on. I mean, the festival's not racist. Some of the people there are. But anyway, you can't get through it. So we were taking a back way last night to try to get to the beer place, and it was fucking pandemonium. It took forever to get there. So we finally got there, and the beer place, Liberty Beers always has a really good selection, but they didn't this week. Like they haven't really gotten a lot of good new stuff in recently, and so it's been a struggle. I didn't find anything, so like I struggled the whole way to get there and bought no beer. So today I was out and I was like, all right, I'm gonna drive to this place in the south side that's called Buddy's Brews on Carson. And
Mm.
I'm gonna go grab something there because they usually have good stuff. And I bought a Epic Brewing, I think it's Epic Brewing, Big Baptist, I think it's the double stout is what it is. I probably have that wrong. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's a pint. Actually it's a little bit more than a pint. I think it's a pint, 0.9 ounces. I'm gonna sneeze. We don't have a sneeze button. Anyway, so I picked that up and I was like, this is cool. Like after we do the beer video, I'm gonna sit down and play some video games and enjoy this nice stout. I'm a big fan of that Big Baptist beer line. So yes, very excited. I got home and my ADHD had different ideas because I got out of my car and decided I need to bring everything that's in the car with me at once instead of taking multiple trips. And got out of the car and immediately dropped the beer on the sidewalk and it smashed everywhere. I yelled, "God damn it," which I'm pretty sure all my neighbors heard because a lot of them were out grilling. And I spent the next 10 minutes picking glass up off the sidewalk. So won't be having that tonight.
F in the chat to pay respects.
Yeah. I was also so mad that I had an iced tea in my hand and I slammed that off the ground and that bottle broke on the sidewalk. But that was a plastic bottle. Oh, so fucking mad. So mad. I have a replacement beer. It's the other thing too is like I wanted to watch the Steeler preseason game and we got home at like 10 after 6 and the game started at 6:30. So I didn't have enough time to drive back to a different place to get another beer. So I had this barley wine I was gonna save for my birthday. Yeah, we're gonna drink it tonight.
Yep.
Shit. I was about some records today, so it was like, it was a lot of it, some adventures were happening today. So I don't know. I'm still mad about the beer, but I guess I have to get over it.
Yeah. Nah. Well, what can you do? Ugh.
Yeah.
If I'm a little out of it, it's because I had my own adventure today. I randomly decided to bike around town. It was just going to be a 3 mile trip and it turned into 15.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's how I ended up with the Arbiter beer because I stopped in there. I was originally going to stop at the Oops All Sours wall, but
Yeah. That'll always be there. The wall will always be there.
yeah, true. True.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. They have a staff member there who I think he personally maintains the Oops All Sours wall. So he's very excited to talk at length about whatever you want to know about beer. I don't think he knows about this. Maybe I should be like, did you know I'm an influencer?
Literally tens of people.
Dozens, literally dozens.
Ooh, yeah, boy, last week's did not do well. Anyway, yeah, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna put Bruce Dickinson's name back in the title of the video this week because apparently that brings all the people to the yard. Is the utterance of Bruce Dickinson's.
Oh, well, I used his terrible stout as part of a chicken marinade, and that turned out pretty well.
Yeah,
So,
maybe it's just a cooking beer.
yeah, and it's actually really good for that.
Yeah,
So, I guess that is one circumstance where I will unreservedly recommend Year of the Dark Stout. You need to cook some meat.
yeah,
Tofu or whatever. I don't care how you live your life. And you want to give a nice collectible bottle cap to your friend, I guess you should go ahead and get that stupid beer. It's not that expensive.
yeah. Yeah,
Have
that's a good idea.
your better judgment and realize it's bad.
Yeah. I don't. So I mentioned Rehoboth next week. So I have some ideas because there's two places down there that I'm excited. Well, Dogfish Head is obviously there. Their brewery is down there.
Yeah.
Brewery is about 15 miles away from where we're staying. And where we're staying, their restaurant, they have two restaurants. They're literally, I can look out the window of where we're staying. I can throw a rock out the window of where we're staying and hit both Dogfish Head restaurants. So I'll have easy access to whatever the hell they have. But Brimminghorn Meadery is there also, which is in Milton, Delaware, which is again about 15 miles away.
We've
I
got a really one here that just started up called Bumbling Fools.
like that.
I've been meaning to go to their tap room. It's just open at a really inconvenient time.
Yeah.
Um, And they actually were doing a tasting at my fancy beer store. I was going to grab a bottle actually for the beer video, but they were out of it last time, which good for them. It means like they're apparently in quite high demand, but oh, boo, I wanted to share one.
Yeah.
But maybe next week. I Monday is going to be errand time, so I think I'm going to check and see. Just like longingly look at it till Saturday,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah. I don't know. So there'll be something extra. My shirt, by the way, now looks like a V-neck. Anyway, yeah, so I will find something interesting down in Rehoboth next week for the beer video. There was another thing I was gonna say, and I completely forgot it.
Something goddamn Funko Pops because you
No,
know
no, I don't think I've bought any since we last talked. I'm looking around the room. Yep, I have not bought any since we last talked. So, Nothing to annoy you. Oh shit! I do have a pop. We're gonna end the video with this. I do have a story about pop vinyls that you'll laugh at. Because you'll laugh because I'm an idiot, and because anyway. So we're at Target, and this was like a couple weeks ago, and I'm looking. I walked past the pop vinyls. Have you watched the show Ted Lasso at all?
No, and I don't know if I will. Um,
It's fine.
yeah, I've heard aggressively fine, I guess is the impression I've gotten.
It's
I've
really the first two seasons are fucking great. This last season, they they didn't know they went the Metallica route and didn't know when to edit. Like the episodes are too long, and it's just like all right. But there's two guys on the team. Well, one guy's a coach. He's a guy Roy Kent, and he's just like the grizzled veteran who just swears at everybody. And there's this guy Jamie Tart who is like the pretty boy of the team. He's like the star. So they spent this season. They hated each other. They were like the enemies of the show. Like those two guys hated each other. So this season they've kind of put them together as friends, and it's been
mm,
that was like the highlight of the show. It's their relationship is hilarious and unexpected and all that. So there was a Target exclusive Jamie Tart Pop vinyl, and I had already bought the Roy Kent. So I was like, well, I have to buy Roy Kent, Jamie Tart and put them together so they can hang out. So I go to the register. I go to the register and I scan it, and the Target register like shuts off. So I was like, what the fuck happened? And so I had to like ask.
God,
So I had to
fuck, go.
yeah. So I had to ask. Yeah, I broke the register of the Funko Pop. So the woman comes over to the register, and I was like, I don't know what happened. I said, I scanned this, and it just shut off. So she puts her ID in and scans it, and it says, "Do not sell until August 11th."
Oh,
And it was like
but
August 3rd or 4th. And
oh,
she's like, "Oh, these are not supposed to be out on the shelf." And I was like, there are like 100 of them out there. And she's like, no, I think she thought I was fighting with her. She's like, well, we're not allowed to sell them. I said, no, 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 I get that. I said, I just want you to know there are like 100 of them on the shelf. So this may happen again. So I would just say, like, go get them because
mm,
they're out there. And I got into the car and looked at Christine and I said, the mean woman took my toy. But that's okay. Because a week later I went and got it. So there it is. Yay. Yay.
wow, wow.
Yeah.
It's actually like every other goddamn Funko Pop, the same dead, flat, dead-eyed expression. Really, I think the only character that works as a Funko Pop is, I don't know, like the fake mom from Coraline.
Oh, well, how about Space Ghost?
Go straight to hell.
All right. All right. Well, Helen's upset, so we're gonna end the video. I'm gonna spend 5 minutes after the video's over to let Helen yell at me and get her litany of insults out of the way. So everybody have a great week. Keep laughing at Ron DeSantis and go for it. Helen, any last words?
So I found out that that 2-second clip of Ron DeSantis going, hungry was actually fake. And I can't say I was sad about that, but I feel gullible. But I mean, in my defense, the guy's so off putting. That is something he could have said, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. He said it at some point, just not at that, just not on that.
Maybe
Yeah,
quietly to himself. That's my belief. I'm gonna stick with it.
yeah, no. And I'll end it with this. At one of the campaign stops on this campaign, Ron DeSantis is going to piss himself. Bye. Why won't this stop?